Lex Luthor here. I'm kidding. Or am I? Jokes aside, I could have been Lex Luthor for a lot cheaper, but they didn't ask me. So, the new Superman film's out. Now, I have no idea what it's like. I haven't heard any of the reviews. I decided for out of interest to have a look at what it cost to actually make this, and I was shocked. At the start of June 2025, The Wrap reported that Superman needed to gross more than $500 million worldwide to become profitable, but it needs $700 million to be a success. Now, if we keep in mind that the original Superman film in 1978, I think it was, with Christopher Reeve cost $55 million to make and it made about $300 million profit, it seems that a lot of these films now are just breaking even with ridiculous amounts of money put into the budget. And it's putting a lot of pressure on a lot of directors. The most obvious one I can think of is Tim Burton when he did Dumbo. The film was absolutely dreadful and Disney seemed to think it was because the original film was so old. It was just it had no heart and they stretched a 1 hour story into however long it was. I remember that Tim Burton was actually so upset by the whole thing that he said this. The thing about Dumbo is that's why I think my days with Disney are done. Okay, that sounds nothing like Tim Burton, but I don't care what he sounds like. Anyway, the gist is that he realised that he was Dumbo and he was working in this horrible big circus and needed to escape. It's worth noting that Dumbo could also fly and didn't cost millions of dollars, so there is that. And the thing is, the film wasn't even necessary because, in fact, none of the Disney films have been necessary, like Beauty and the Beast and all that. The only one I thought that was good was Guy Ritchie's Aladdin. But to be fair, Guy Ritchie could probably direct a yogurt commercial and I'd go and see it. I did think that was actually pretty good. But the rest of them have just been cash grabs. And the thing is, most of us just want a good story. Four Weddings and a Funeral cost about £3 million to make and it got about £300 million back. And it's just a good story. Now, people could say the cost is mainly because they put more CGI in these films, but I don't think that's true because if I look at the old Superman, I don't get completely blown away by the new one in comparison. That is incredible. That looks $700 million better than the old one. I mean, classic example is my microphone. Look at that, it's flying! And that's purely because I put it in the wrong position. And that cost me £0. People have said maybe it's the inflation, but if that was the case, these films would be returning billions of dollars. So guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think that a lot of money put into films is making a difference? Because the old Star Wars films, I think, looked better without the CGI. I get a feeling if you gave me a film crew for a couple of days, I would make the best Power Rangers film you've ever seen. It would be incredibly cheap to produce because we'd only need certain set pieces, lots of clay putty, and one actor to play every part. And I've got the perfect actor in mind. Me. That barely looks like me, and why would I be attacking the Power Rangers with my dog? AI sucks like.